Hey everybody, my name is Mike Trapanic, and this is my day one of my 5 for 5 challenge. So I was sitting here. It's just past dinner time. My sons and my wife just went to Tiny Tigers, a little karate class that they take, and so I was just sitting here, kind of reading through some of my good old Dungeons and Dragons. Because I did a little bit of a gamification this past year, but one of the things that I felt like I was kind of lacking was a good story. I had a big story, like the overarching thing, but a lot of little details were missing, and so that's what I wanted to try to find from some of these old Dungeons and Dragons sets. So here we go. I'm gonna just place this right here, and let's take a look what I found. So I got this is my very first module, the Search of the Unknown. And some of you guys who may have played Dungeons and Dragons before may recognize it. And here's another one of my old favorites. And I was doing a little searching, and the Keep on the Borderlands is still one of the most popular modules out there. I mean, this was written in 1981 trademark. It's a couple of years ago. So, pretty interesting. So it got me thinking, for instance, it has this little story. I actually read it to my kids. It was, I forgot about how the English is even just a little bit different back in 1980 than what it is today. And here's the background of the story. But it was kind of cool. They had this little legend table, and you have to roll the dice to find out which legend was true. And I don't know if you can see up on here, but some of them have an F in front of it, which means it's false. So it's like misinformation. And let me tell you, like in this day and age, how much misinformation is out there. Kind of a cool skill for maybe our students today to have to worry about. What's real information and what's we don't call it misinformation. We call it fake news, right? Fake news. I mean, it's all the what everyone keeps talking about. But it got me thinking here. There's this map, the two maps here, the upper and lower level that every module would come with, and there's little numbers, and those numbers would designate something that takes place in that location. For instance, here is number 7, the Wizard's Annex. And, there's potential to be a monster in just about every one of these. So it got me thinking, like, how can I don't want to just wandering through a dungeon, so to say, even there without, like, some real goal, So maybe, I'm thinking to myself, instead of a monster at every spot, or, maybe I could change up some of the descriptions here to maybe fit the content that I'm dealing with. So let's say I do this as my first unit. My first unit is always that, science teachers, we love the scientific method. Sorry, well, we have to do it. We have to give them the foundation, but I can't stand it. I just can't stand it. But I'd rather just get right into it. Let's just do science. But we do have to lay some foundation. So what if each one of those spots was instead some information, and it wasn't always in the right order? Maybe each one of those locations could be a spot where they get information, some content information kind of hidden in the dungeon, and they have to figure out how to piece it all together. I haven't done it, just a thought that came to my head, so that's what I'm going with. So my first 5 for 5. And it looks like I'm still under. You have 425 in here. Okay, thanks.